I want Pizza Ranch. Nope. That's fine. I was gonna eat some donuts, but no, they're stale as fuck. I guess when they came down here, they were every time the baby wanted to go to sleep or wake up, they would give the baby more cold medicine, which a cold medicine was 2 to 5 year olds, not a 3 month, you know. So they just kept the baby pretty much drugged up the whole time, to sleep the whole time. And they had a visit with a social worker when they got back to see how everything went. Well, huh? No, I guess they took the baby to the hospital and found out it had 4 broken ribs or something like that. So, of course, the hospital has to report it. And so they were down here, and my mom says, "Well, I'm talking to a social worker. I can't do this no more because they don't listen. They don't stick to the guidelines. You know, they're always trying to take the baby alone, and they can't. Except for the one day where my mom only had like a two. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. And so when they were here, Autumn was gonna take the baby, blah blah blah. My mom didn't get no sleep, and I said, the baby's staying up here with me because Grandma hasn't slept and she needs to sleep. And then she's like, okay, you know, she didn't argue with me. Baby slept in here with me. Well, I was watching TV while the baby was sleeping, but so they got back and they had a meeting with the social worker, and the social worker asked how it went, whatever. And my mom said, you know, only thing we're, you know, didn't know what they were just giving him medicine. The baby sleeps a lot, you know, blah blah blah. Told her that pretty much she wasn't trying to stick to the guidelines. She's trying to, you know, blah blah blah. And the social worker said, okay, well, we're gonna if you guys don't take the kid, we're gonna put him in foster care. And my parents says, we don't want him in foster care. We'll take him. But now it's getting to the point where my niece is just, you know, recording everything my parents say, but not recording what she's saying. So when my parents are talking, she's recording, and then she pauses it when she talks, and then she records it again. You know, the social workers in it's kind of fishy how you only record what they say, but you don't record the whole conversation. Well, no, it's not record. It's just because Autumn sets Autumn right. Autumn says something, and then my mom reports it to the social worker. Then Autumn says she never said that. So Autumn decided, and my parents know she's recording, and my parents told her to stop recording. There's no point to, because she's only recording one part of the conversation. She's not reporting what she says, just what they say. So she's, and my mom says that they're getting stressed out by it, blah blah blah. I said, well, just you know what? Tell her, sit her down, and say this is the situation. We only said we'll take custody because we don't want him to go into foster care. And when you get all your stuff done and comes time to you get your son back, you can have him back. But as we have your child, you can come see your child anytime you want. But when your child goes to foster care, there's no seeing your child. You know how many people are out there looking for babies? Once they find out there's a baby available and that baby gets in the system, it's gone. So, and stop, oh, you stole my baby. And my mom says she doesn't call her grandma no more. She calls her she or her. I said, well, she's very disrespectful, so let her deal with her own family. Just tell them you don't want nothing to do with the kid no more. I mean, I know they do, but just say you're not going to take care of the kid no more. They can put it in foster care, and then she can just deal with it the hard way. And then she can blame my parents for her losing her child, because that's what's going to happen. I said, well, maybe one of these days I have off, I'll scoot up there and just, hey, you need to come over here and say, this is what's going to happen. You either change your ways and stop whining and crying about, you losing the kid, because one of you two hurt the kid. Didn't get broken ribs in front of with my parents. It got broken ribs with you guys. So you're already she's already getting charged with a felony. 2 of them. Yeah, you did. So she's already getting charged with a felony, and it could be up to 2 years. That she. Oh, well, let me join you. Why not? Let's send it again. Hold on. Okay. So she's gonna. Well, that's what she needs to get a public defender. My mom said so they can drop it down to a misdemeanor. But if she doesn't get a public defender, she thinks she's gonna go in her state her own case. They're gonna give her. She's gonna get a felony, and it's 2 years, up to 2 years in prison. And she just thinks that she's taking. Everybody thinks Rory did it, but she's taking the blame because he's in the military and it'll ruin his status in the military. But now you have a felony of fucking child endangerment. So if anything happened, like the baby had a scratch, you're done. No matter what you say, they're gonna say that you hurt the child, and you're done. I don't know. I told my mom, I said I'm getting really pissed off because they're nonstop feeding him cold medicine. So all he does is fucking sleep, and he's all drugged up all the time. How is he supposed to fucking get bigger and get better as and shit when all he is drugged up? I mean, the kid's gonna fucking grow up to be like, oh, I need cold medicine. You don't have a cold. Oh well. So I told my mom, I said she only had a child because she only got a child because she wanted her mom to give her attention, and Chessie gets all the attention because she has a child. So Autumn figured she'd get a child too and have more attention, but that's not the way it worked. Yeah, so it's just dumb. Like, you're the one who's got in trouble, and you're blaming somebody else. You're not even blaming the right people. You're blaming somebody the wrong person, because they're actually trying to help you out so you don't lose your kid. And then I told my mom's like told my dad, I guess, like, well, once it's all said and done, and she gets to have her kid back, we won't be able to see him no more. And my mom said that they'll go fight for grandparents' rights. But it's just she just she's not even 21 yet, and she doesn't understand life yet. She's feeding into what other people are saying, and other people are trying to say that they're trying to steal a kid. No. You think my parents want to raise another baby? No. They want to enjoy their retirement, and they plan on being down here all winter long. So they were planning on going up there to my dad's doctor's appointments, grabbing some stuff, coming back down here, and living here until springtime. Go up to Wisconsin for a weekend here and there. But now they're stuck in Wisconsin. They can't leave state because they have a child. And my niece said, "Oh, you can't leave state with my son." And then she's like, "Yeah, you can't leave state with him." My mom said, "Okay," but now Autumn wants it drawn up in papers. My mom said that the last two times they were there, they were holding the baby, and the baby just cried nonstop. Well, that's the thing is she would hold the baby, and the baby would cry, and then he would hold the baby. The baby would calm down a little bit, but still cry a little bit, and then I guess he got the baby to sleep, and then she held the baby, and the baby woke up and started like screaming. And my parents aren't trying to fucking. Well, obviously the baby's too young to know anything, but even if the baby got older and shit, and my parents wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, you have a bad mom," and you know what. Yeah, my mom said that Autumn was crying because the baby doesn't want to be in her arms. So I'm like, great. Now she's gonna think that you turned the baby against her, but it's a baby. You know. She has nobody. And that's what I said to her before they left, because my mom was on strict rules that the baby has to ride with them, and then she was like, "Oh, the social worker emailed my mom on Thursday when my mom requested her to contact her too." Oh, you're the host. Like my mom requested her to contact her before Sunday so she can, or Saturday, so they can know. Never contacted my mom, but contacted her mom. Kind of funny. Or that she talked to the social worker. Well, if you talk to the social worker, why didn't you have the social worker talk to my mom? And then So my mom probably brought that up too, saying, well, she said she talked to you, so it was okay for, the baby to ride back with them with, Hunter. And then, you know, she probably figured, you know what, no, I did not contact her. She's lying, so, you know, she needs some help. Well, she's gonna learn the hard way because I'm pretty sure within the next week or so, my parents will be giving the child back to social services, and then it's gonna go in foster care. And that's just what's gonna have to happen, because my niece doesn't want to listen to nobody. All it is her attitude and shit like that. Like my mom says, like texts her and says, "Are you gonna be home?" And I was like, "Yeah, what time are you gonna come over?" She's like, "Oh, I'll be over at 5." And then she won't come over till like 6:30. And then she'll go back and tell a social worker like, "Oh, I've been texting her all day. No one's came. No one's here to so I can see my own kid. She's keeping my own kid from me." I'm like, I would tell the social worker, okay, she wants to have contact with her kid. It's at a certain time, 3 to 4, and that's it. 3 times a week. Don't come to our house with any other time then. And then she told my mom, you can't give the kid a bath. I'll give the kid a bath. My mom's the last bath she gave the kid was down here on Thanksgiving. That was like what, 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whatever it was, a week ago. I'm like, so the baby's supposed to go a week or two without having a bath because she wants to give the baby a bath? No, you guys have custody. She doesn't like it. Too fucking bad. So that's her problem. Telling telling my mom Danielle can't touch my child. I'm pretty sure Danielle holds your child a lot more than you would do. I mean, right. But that's not the point. Yep, that happened to me too. Not now, but the other day when I was playing, I finally got the host. Um, Damn. 3 messages in a row. 3 invites. You sent them. I was waiting for an invite, and I didn't. And all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3 came up. I'm like, oh, okay. Lost connection. Alright, I'll restart my game.